Hello friends, welcome to today's class. And today we are going to see the remaining part of explanation based learning, that is EBL part 2. In the last class we have seen the introduction about explanation based learning. And what is EBL? EBL is a method of extracting general rules. Extracting general rules from individual observations. Individual observations means every samples are there. It will observe all the samples and finally it will generate a general rule. And this EBL will accept four kinds of input. First one is goal concept, second one is training example, and third one is operational criterion, otherwise called as facts, and the domain theory. Domain theory contains a set of rules and it will apply all the rules on the samples, on those samples, then finally it will reach the goal by extracting the general rules, and these general rules are used to explain those examples. And as per our syllabus we are having two sections. First one is extracting general rules from example and second one is improving efficiency, and we will see all these things in this video. The first one is extracting general rules from samples or examples. Here we should construct the explanation of the observation. Here observations are nothing but the examples or samples. We are going to observe those samples and construct the explanation by using the prior knowledge. So prior knowledge means already a set of rules will be stored in the knowledge base. By using those rules we are going to observe the samples and we should construct the explanation, and this is otherwise called as the definition of particular classes. Here classes are nothing but the examples or samples for which the same explanation structure can be used. That is, once we define the definition, then we can use the same definition for all the other samples. This definition provides the basis of a rule. That is, this rule is generalized rule that we constructed by using the definition, which is suitable for all the remaining classes. And the explanation is nothing but the logical proof. It is otherwise called as reasoning or problem solving process whose steps are well defined. That is, we need to construct a well defined explanation we used to for problem solving process. First we are going to take the backward chaining theorem to prove our reasoning problem, and our last example is derivative of x square comma x which is equal to 2x, that is the differentiation of x square is equal to 2x, and to generate the proof tree for this example is too large, so we can take one simple example, that is 1 into 0 plus x, and they gave a set of rules in our knowledge base to solve this particular problem. That is, we are going to develop a proof tree for this example by using the rules. What are the rules here? Rewrite of u comma v and simplify v comma w, which gives simplify u comma w. And second one is primitive of u, which gives simplify u comma u, and arithmetic unknown of u, which gives primitive of u. Number of u gives primitive of u. We can rewrite 1 into u which is equal to u and 0 plus u which is equal to u. So these are the predefined knowledge which is available in our knowledge base for solving this particular problem. And this is the proof tree for the example 1 plus 0 plus x, and we are going to generate these proof trees by using the rules which are available in our knowledge base. Here we are having two different trees. First one is the proof tree for this particular example, that is, here we are using a random variable x. We don't know the value of x, so we can use the same x until the end of general rule. And here instead of that particular random variable we are replacing the constant variables, constant values, and we can derive different varieties of rules by applying the same proof tree. First we are going to apply the first rule on this equation, then we will get simplify 1 into 0 plus x comma w, then we can rewrite 1 into 0 plus x comma v. Then we need to simplify this particular one, then 1 will be removed. So 1 into anything is anything. So simplify 0 plus x comma w, and we can rewrite this into, instead of w we are using v, already we are using v here, so we are using v dash here. Then 0 plus x is x, so simplify x comma w, simplify x comma w will come here. And next, so this one, the primitive of x, the primitive of x is nothing but a number of x, that is we don't know the value of x here, so this will be the unknown arithmetic value. Okay, so in these two places we are using the rewrite rule, 1 into u is equal to u, and 0 plus u is equal to u. So in these two places we are applying these two rules. So this is the proof tree of the given sample. And this is the basic EBL process, which is working as follows. First, we should construct the proof tree by applying the background knowledge, and simultaneously we have to construct the generalized proof tree by using the same inference steps as per the original proof. Then construct a new rule whose left hand side are the leaves of proof tree and right hand side are variable goals, and drop if any condition is true but those are irrespective of the general goal. So these are the basic EBL process. And next we will move to improving efficiency. And up to this we have seen the generalized proof tree, which gives more than one generalized rules. And for example, if we terminate or prune the growth of right hand side branch of the proof tree when it reaches the primitive steps, primitive means a original number maybe, and get the rule, this is our new rule, primitive of z, which gives simplify 1 into 0 plus z comma z, and this particular rule is more general when compared to arithmetic unknown because it covers the cases where z is the number. We can extract a still more general rules by pruning after the steps. Which are the steps? Simplify y plus z comma w, which gives the rules, that is simplify y plus z comma w, which gives simplify 1 into y plus x comma w. So the rule can be extracted from any partial subtree of the generalized proof tree. By this way we can improve the efficiency of this particular rule. In the improving efficiency, we need to concentrate three factors. First one is we should not add large number of rules because that will slow down the process, and that will disturb the derived solutions also, and that will increase the branching factors. So unnecessary rules should not be added, and the added rules should increase the speed, and the rules should avoid the dead ends also. And the next one is we should derive the rules as general as possible so that they apply the largest possible set of cases. So these are the important three factors we should concentrate on improving the efficiency of EBL. The efficiency of given knowledge base is actually average case complexity on a distribution of problems. Here, by generalizing from past example problems, EBL makes the knowledge base more efficient for the kind of problems that it is reasonable to expert. So these are the improving efficiency of EBL. Up to this we have seen extracting the general rules from examples and improving efficiency of EBL. And now the questions. First one is, what are the basic EBL process of extracting general rules from examples? And second one, what are the factors involved in the analysis of efficiency gains from EBL? And friends, don't give very detailed answer for these two questions. These are simply two more questions. So you just give important points, only the important points, okay, in the comment box. Thank you all of you.